record a podcast every morning. Some people will know this, of course, called the Naked Englishman podcast. Naked because I'm not physically naked, but it's a sort of stripped down podcast, behind the scenes, no frills, Englishman because I'm English. And it's the story of my life, I suppose, in a daily audio vlog or blog. I don't know what an audio version of that is. And it's also the behind the scenes of a YouTube creator. I think some people are interested, or might be interested, what it's like to be the creator. You know, you get vlogs in which people show their lives, but what they can never show is the actual filming part of it very easily, or the thought processes behind it. And that's what this podcast is. I use a little Zoom recorder to put it up. So I'm just going to record that now. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Naked Englishman podcast. I'm Richard Vobes. It must be the 1st of November 2021. It's about 8:30 as I record this. I've been busy doing other bits and bobs. I'm done. 20 minutes. I'm now going to upload it and get it online. And then there's more things to do. You probably think that I just continually make coffee in these videos, and I'm not saying you're not wrong. I do enjoy a nice cup of coffee from time to time. Oh, the sun is a bit bright. Hang on a sec. The sun is bright. It's low, isn't it, now? As we get in towards, late autumn, early December, early winter, the sun is very low. And I always struggle with that when I'm filming because it's always behind me. I don't know why it's always behind me, but it's either that or it's right directly into your face when in the summer and the spring, when it's higher, it's easier. It's just a technical thing that you have. But the light can be quite nice. It can be quite nice. So you may have noticed I've moved things around. You will probably remember that over here I used to have my edit suite. Well, over the weekend, in fact, on Halloween night, daytime, and what a God-forsaken weather that was, God-awful it was, I thought, I can't go out, I can't do anything, so I'm going to shift it upstairs, and that took a bit of effort. So it's now upstairs in where I have my Vobes show studio. And I thought, right, okay, I want to turn my front room into a bit more of a relaxed front room where guests can come. But as you can see, I've only got this one chair. I dug out a chair from, it was on my garden shed roof. It's a garden chair, but I've shoved that in the other side of the room here to act as a chair for somebody to come. But in a minute, I'm going to go and have a look at a sofa in the second-hand sofa shop or furniture shop to see if they've got any. They might not, but I'm going to just have a look round and see if they've got anything suitable. I can always pick it up in my van, so that would be quite nice. But first, I must have a little coffee to wake me up on this. It's a Monday morning as I record this, and it's the first day for several days that the wind has dropped. And actually, it's quite nice. But the ground is so sodden, which is why I haven't gone out for a walk in the country. So I quite like this area. It's kind of like a little reading corner, and I quite like that. I love to sit down and read. So originally I was going to put my sofa, when I get it, this side, but actually I'm thinking I'll put it over the other side, possibly in front of the bookcase, which I know is not the best, although in some ways this would be the best place for the sofa. I don't know. I'm going to think about this. It depends on the sofa, really. A sofa is quite nice because I can stretch out on it of an evening and doze off, which, is something that is... It's just that, I don't know, it's a bit decadent, isn't it? That you can just stretch out, shove your legs over the end of the sofa. That's what I envisage. And you've got a book and you've got every intention of reading, but actually what happens is you just doze off with a nice cup of cocoa in the evening with the fire going. I haven't got the fire going at the moment, but later on. This is a bookcase that one of my lovely viewers, Jackie, gave me. It's just a basic bookcase, nothing exciting to write home about, but really useful to me because it just about fits in this corner. It does poke out a bit, but that doesn't matter. And I've managed pretty much now to get all the books that I've acquired off the ground. Some of them are still stacked a little bit higgledy-piggledy on some of the shelves over on that side of the wall, but here they're a little bit more uniform, and it's fantastic. I can just go and grab them, and slowly through osmosis, I suppose, by looking at the books and casting your eyes on the titles, I slowly get to learn where books are, because they're just spread in a very random fashion here. There's no real sense to time periods or alphabetical order or subject matter or any of that. So for example, there's a book here, two books that are close together. We've got the A272, which is a book about a road in West Sussex, which is a fascinating road, next to the Four Seasons cookbook from Essie. So, definitely not close together for any particular reason, which is great. But yeah, I do love my books, and I love having them around me, so I quite like this little corner. And as it happens, just as a bit of a divergence, I think, from all the history books and the usual sort of stuff, I picked this up a while ago, actually, a few years ago, Kingsley Amis, Lucky Jim. There's a film, Lucky Jim. Oh, Lucky Jim, how I envy him, made, I think, in the 50s or early 60s with Ian Carmichael. I love Ian Carmichael, brilliant actor, as Lucky Jim. And so I'm reading this in the Ad Hoc Times, as well as all my history stuff that I try to get into my brain. Right, let's have this, and then I'm going to venture out. Just filming on the GoPro to see if I can get any shots inside the shop. Golly, it's bright today. We'll just have a look. I don't know that I'm going to buy anything straight away. I just want to get some ideas, really. I don't want to buy anything new because I can't really afford it. I suppose that's a bit of a reminder that Remembrance Day is coming up. It's good to see it's still marked, even though people are trying to eradicate our history. Right, my shop is just down there, let's go. Well, I am back from my little trip. Just looking at the footage I took on my little GoPro in my new studio, or in my new edit area, which actually is quite nice. I quite enjoy. I've only been. This is the first little bit of stuff that I've really done since I moved it up yesterday. So I just thought I'd have a look at the footage, and it's interesting. It's quite nice to be working up here from downstairs. Anyway, sofas. They had a nice range, definitely had some sofas that one could imagine being at home. In the end, I took a series of pictures on my phone and I sent them to Julia. I thought it's probably best to get a woman's touch, because I think women are much better. Anybody who's seen my house will know this is a bachelor house now. It used to be a family home. But since I am divorced years and years and years ago, the kids have all flown the nest. I've turned it into a pretty much a working home. I work from home, and I haven't been somebody who's been terribly good at all the sort of homey furniture and trinkets and fluffy this and cushiony that. So yeah, I sent them to Julia. Said, look, there's some sofas, and actually, I think if she's free, maybe tomorrow, when she hasn't got Joe, we could go in and have a look, maybe at some other shops as well, and just gauge. I've got an idea of prices. I mean, there was one from 30 quid. It was a recliner, but I just wondered why it was so cheap, up to about 200, which was quite a nice, but that's a bit higher than my bracket. If I'm looking for something about 100, I think, for a reasonable sofa that will last me about 5 years. So they had some nice ones. I mean, these are all second hand, obviously, and cleaned and what have you. So we'll see. But I've said to Julia, because she's stuck with Joe at the moment till he goes to nursery, I said, look, it's quite nice. I haven't really been out or anything. Should we take Joe out for a stroll somewhere in the van, have something to eat? So that's my plan next. As you saw, we've picked up Joe. I picked up Joe, picked up Julia, and we're going to have a little stroll around Brooklands in Worthing. We made a video, well, I think we've made a couple of videos here in the past. It's just a convenient place really to come when you've got other things to do and you just want to come out and bring the kids or walk the dog or something. It's a lovely little area. It's changed over the years because it used to have a train and much more for the kids, I think. But I think the council are turning it into a bit of a wild area. Certainly wild when Joe's here.
Wild child.
How are you, Julie?
Joe? I'm alright, thank you. All the better for being out and seeing your lovely face.
Yes, that lovely face of mine.
And the lovely lens of your camera.
Indeed, and the lovely audience out there, because we can see all of you.
That would be weird.
That would be very bizarre. Anyway, which way do you want to go?
That away?
Yep, we'll go that way. Let's go. We've had some dreadful weather. I was telling everybody how dreadful the weather was. I imagine that some of the audience will already know that we've had dreadful weather if they're watching when this goes out. This is the 1st of November as I record this. And Halloween was a right old blowy adventure, wasn't it?
Pinch punch first of the month.
Oh yeah. Thanks. What is it? A kick in the stick if you haven't got a flick? No, nearly went rude then.
Yeah, let's not go with that.
You saw some pictures I sent you of sofas.
I did, yes.
What did you think?
Yeah, there was a high-backed recliner one.
Right.
That I thought would match the one the armchair you've already got.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
That was the first one I saw. It was only 30 quid.
Ah.
And it only reclines on one side.
Ah.
But that's okay. 30 quid.
Yeah.
But I think that's quite
for the other side.
it's quite upright otherwise. But I don't really want a recliner
No.
because I'm going to put it hard up against either the bookcase or the wall.
Yes.
So it's not going to be in the middle of the room.
No. Other than that, I thought there was a larger creamy coloured kind of velvety one. I thought that would look nice and mute in the room. But there was a lovely looking kind of roll-armed dark leather one. But, a kind of small two-seater one. That looked quite good. I thought that would look good in
I
this
think
space.
tomorrow I might have to take you there and we'll have another look. Or we can have a look round the town. And I'm not necessarily going to just jump and buy the first one.
Yeah.
But second-hand one that's nice, reasonable.
Yes. It's a good idea.
Yeah, good. Oh well, I wanted to get a second opinion, and your opinion is good. Where are we going from here?
I think we just follow the path.
All right, okay. Well, we're back in the van, as you can see, and we've got some soup, tin soup, I'm afraid. We just came out really to just get out and have a bit of a walk, sit in the van, have lunch in the van rather than spend money in a cafe. So it's just a cheapy, simple dinner, lunch. With a bit of
Whilst getting some fresh air.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we've got the sun hitting us, and the great thing about a black van is in the winter when the sun comes on, it still warms up.
Yes, it's lovely and cosy in here.
Well, I'm back. It's very difficult sometimes to try and do the filming with little Joe. I'm back to make another cup of coffee. Sorry about the noise of the kettle. But I did have a conversation with Julia, and I think we are going to go and have a look at the sofas tomorrow. Possibly. That would just make the room nice and complete. It would be lovely. But it was nice to get out, see little Joe, see the swans, the ducks, the moorhens and all of that at Brooklands. So thank you for coming with me, keeping me company. We've had all that horrible weather, as I have alluded to several times. But I gather that we've got a little bit of respite now, some nice-ish weather. So I really hope that we do. So I'm going to sit down, have my cup of coffee and relax for a moment and then edit up what I've got, upload it ready for you guys. And you're now, of course, watching it as the video comes to the end. It's a weird process, isn't it? So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been a bit of a strange one, but when the weather is sort of weird, as it has been, and the ground is wet, you know, it is what it is. I'll be out and about exploring some of this wonderful land very soon, so have no fear. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, become a patron, support what I do, give us a thumbs up, all the usual. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.